Hello everyone, and welcome to this video where I go over some tips and techniques on this difficult shot. Many of us have come across a situation like this where we're chipping on a downslope and we're short-sighted. What we mean by short-sighted is that we have very little green to work with. Here on this situation, I only have about 5 feet of green from my fringe to the hole to work with to get my ball to stop and get close to the hole. This is a very difficult shot, but I'm going to give you techniques to help you have more confidence over a shot like this. Many of you, when you have a situation like this, your confidence is low. Your visualization and perhaps the bad experiences you've had where you've perhaps bladed this ball and it's ended up way across the green, or you've hit it fat and it just comes a few inches forward. Those bad experiences sometimes can really drain our confidence. I'm going to give you some techniques that if you practice it, you will be able to get over this shot and be confident and have some positivity in your golf game. Let's get to it. Let's learn some techniques and hit this ball close to the hole. Okay, before we get into technique, we got to understand what kind of situation we're in. We're in a situation where the ground is going down, meaning the ball is going to want to come out very low, and we don't have a lot of green in order to get it stopped because we're short-sighted. We only have about 4 or 5 feet of green there. This is a brake pedal type of chipping shot. This isn't a gas pedal where we got a lot of green and letting the ball release to the hole. You can check out a video here on a channel where I talk about brake pedal versus gas pedal chipping. This is definitely a brake pedal type shot. So step number one, I'm going to use my brake level chipping shot, my most lofted club in my bag. For me, it's my 60-degree wedge. For you, it might be your 56, 58, it might be your 64, or it might just be your Sam wedge, depending on your golf set. But you want to take the one with the most loft. You can see right there, I've got my 60-degree wedge. I prefer the 10 degrees of bounce. It doesn't really matter for this video, but get your most lofted club, because we got to get this ball to stop quickly. It's our brake level shot. So that's step number one. All right, step number two in our technique to increase our chance on hitting a good golf shot right here is we must shift our weight and lean with the slope. Because we're on a down slope, we got to make this adjustment. I have to bend my lead knee and shift my weight to where my body is perpendicular with this ground, and that is now going down away from me. I've got a square here. This T-square forms a 90-degree angle with its 2 legs. If I put it here on the ground, you can see on camera that it is slightly leaning towards the hole. If I put a level on it, get it up closer to the level, you can see how much gap and how much this has changed on this downslope. So if I come up here and I naturally, which many of us do, will come up here and stand just normal without making this adjustment of shifting our weight and leaning with the slope, we are going to set ourselves up to hit this ball thin and send it past the green, or we're going to hit way behind it. We got to shift with the slope in step number two. All right, step number three is unison. We have to keep the golf club and our arms working together in unison. Step number three, unison. We've got to keep these things working together. I put a piece of yellow tape on my golf club shaft, one on my left arm and my right arm, and watch the motion through this shot. If you notice there, I did not use my wrist because we're simply going to rotate our shoulders back and through to hit this shot. We are not going to break our wrist. See the difference right there? We want to maintain and have this work together in unison all the way on the back swing and the through swing for this shot. All right, step number four in our technique is to open up the club face. So I've got my magnet here, put him on there, and you can see if I set up normally what kind of angle I achieve. But I need to open it up and get that pointing a little higher to get this ball to fly a little higher and land a little softer and hopefully get it close to the hole. Now, when we open up the club face, there's a couple things we have to do. First of all is go in this sequence. You must open up the club face and then put your grip on. Again, open it up and then put your grip on. Do not just open it up. Then it messes up your grip. You're going to probably hit a bad shot. So open up the club face, then put your grip on. And then the last thing you got to do when you open up the club face is open up your body to give you some room here to work. So I got to get my chest, my shoulders, my hips pointing to the left. Now I've opened up the club face and ready to hit this ball nice and high and let it land soft. Our final step, step number 5, is we must swing the club head down the slope. I left my magnet on here to visualize what I mean by that. We got to swing down the slope. In other words, our hands must be low, and we must keep them low through the shot and finish like this. I cannot come up too soon. If I do, there's a good chance I'm going to blade it and it's going to send it way past the over the green, and I'm going to be chipping again for my next shot when my goal is to be putting. So again, we got to swing the club head down the slope. And what I tell myself is to really reach with my hands. Reach with my hands low. All these things we've done to this point have led us to accomplishing this goal. At impact, we got to swing down the slope and finish low. All right, let's review before I hit a few more of these shots what our technique is. Step number 1, take your most lofted club. For me, that's my 60-degree wedge. Take your highest lofted club. Step number 2 is we must shift our weight down this slope. We got to make that adjustment. Step number 3, we must keep the club and our arms working together in unison through the shot. Step number 4, we need to open up the club face and make those adjustments. And step number 5, swing that club down the slope. All right, let me see if I can put this technique into practice and hit a few more of these shots for you to show you that you can do this too. Gonna make my adjustments here and swing down that slope. Well, that one really checked up, but hey, I'm putting. I'll take that every time. Okay? See if I can just swing. If you notice, okay, that was a good shot. I'm using my putter, got a great chance to get that down in one more stroke. Notice where I'm finishing with these shots. I'm not finishing way up here for this shot. I'm letting the club do the work, swinging down that slope with my adjustments. Oh, that felt really good, folks. Okay, you can see right here with this technique and practice, you can get a lot of confidence with this shot and almost chip it in. Show you here again that using this technique really works, folks. Get that one a little strong, but again, I'm putting. And hopefully this is helping you realize that you can do this too if you go out and practice this technique. Take this video, study it, get out and practice it, and possibly even chip in. Thanks everyone for tuning into this video. Hopefully this is giving you some tools to go out and practice and increase your confidence when it comes to these tough, difficult chips like this where you're on a down slope and short-sided. Thanks again for tuning in the video. Feel free to push that like button, that subscribe button. That really helps us out. Send this video to all your golfing friends. Check out the other videos on our channel. Remember to smile often, have fun. God loves you. We will see you next time.